All right, guys. So as I was saying in my previous videos about just being aware, um, you have be aware of your surroundings at all times. Make sure that you are in the right. I'm going to be uploading a video, and I just want to share a story. So what happened was I was parked out in the parking lot by my house, right where I've been living at for 12 years, and I was parked behind a neighbor's vehicle. Now, this the same neighbors that I have on recording, asking them to stop making noise, telling them about the noise that they've been making, right? And it's a house full of women, right? So they did that intentionally because they know that they couldn't put men next door to me. They see how I've treated the men who they've tried to uh, do this fake, false intimidation. So they've seen that. They've already seen how that played out. So they put women around me because they figure, well, he can't punch them. You know what I mean? So, and I'm parked behind there, right? And then so there's, how they like to bring cars up around you, and you'll see on the video there's a red Chevy car that comes up around you. It comes up around me and parks, and they're like sitting there, and they're just sitting there talking the whole time, right? And as they're sitting there, I see people coming in and out their houses normal, and this person just turns the mic up in their car. So as they're turning the mic up in their car now, it's kind of like you can hear their whole conversation. And it's part of the noise campaign. That's why they fake slam doors and do all this. I'm like, well, you guys can tear your shit up all you want. You know what I mean? Just the day that you think you touch something over here, it'll be a last. So I'm sitting in my car and I'm just laughing and I'm just recording it because and I'm glad I did. So I honked my horn a couple times, just trying to be an asshole as far as the people sitting there. And so then you have a whole bunch of people, the neighbors next door, they're looking out the window and shit. And then in the process of looking out the window, they are open up the door. And now you got people coming outside, right? And then so now I see all these bald headed bitches out on the porch. And then the one bitch got their cell phone and she's like taking a picture of my car. And so I'm just like, look at this bald headed bitch. Because let me tell you something, guys. Side note, they will put people around you, neighbors around you, for you to talk to, right? So they had so that you can create a relationship. It may not even be intimate, but just so that you can create a relationship or a friendship, somebody that you can talk to, right? That's what I've noticed. They put these women around me thinking that I was going to entertain them, and it didn't happen. And I think these women, after seeing now, right, just looking the catty shit they do, it looks like a lot of hate. But anyway, so they're taking pictures, right? And so as they're taking pictures, I just back into the spot that's next door to them because at this point I'm just like, is this bitch leaving? I'm thinking like she's about to leave, and I don't want this bitch to be like I'm blocking her in. So I'm like, I just back my car up because I was just parked there because I could be. And so when I see them coming in outside the house, I'm like, well, maybe this bitch is about to leave. So I'm like, let me back my car up. So I move to another spot. When I do that, I want to say maybe 2 to 5 minutes later, there's a Camry that you'll see in the video pull up. And the way the Camry pulls up is as if it's going to block me in. Now, I live in Baltimore, and I'm not green to anything. I've been out here. I may not have been in the streets, on the slums, but I've been around damn near close to what I needed to be. So I'm seeing this Camry pull in, and I know that these women, and I know how catty they are, and I know how ghetto they are. So I'm like, my first instinct is to prepare myself. You know, don't let that go over your head. So I'm preparing myself. I look out, I roll my window down, and I'm looking, and so I pull up on the car. So I'm engaging on the car now. And so as I engage in the car, they back up and they want to pull into a parking spot, and it happens to be another girl. And so my idea of this situation is, oh, she's trying to look up in my car, because they always want to be nosy, because they know I have guns. They know I keep guns on me. They know my guns are legal and registered in my name too. So it's really nothing they can do about that. So they all shook now because it's nighttime and it's time to man up, and everybody want to be a bunch of bitches. So I'm sitting here, I'm chilling out, right, vibing out, and then so I get this intuition to move again. So I move, and I'm moving. Mind you, I'm still in my parking lot around my house. I'm still in my area, haven't moved, right? But I'm just like, I'm chilling. I'm making my videos, and I'm not ready to go in the house yet. So as I move, I want to say another 5 minutes later, I see two police cars coming up the alley. So me being who I am, like again, I'm not green to any of this. I get out my car, I lock my car, I casually pass the police, and I walk to my house. Because me, like I said, in those situations, there's no need to be nervous, because this is one thing I figured out. The police already know who I am. You know what I mean? They already know. If they don't know, they're going to be given a briefing. So it's no use. If you guys want to play dumb, I'll play dumb too. So I walk to my house. I go inside my house. I pass the police. I say hello to them and all, right? And at this point, you should see I wish I could have taken a picture of my neighbor, because the neighbors, anytime they feel like they doing something or they got you, haters, man. I live a bunch of old ass motherfuckers who just waiting to die. Anytime they think they got something, they want to come out the house like menace to society, and want to look around and shit. So you should have seen their faces when they just saw me bypass the police and walk in my house. So the police literally walked to my porch, and I'm looking at them walk up my sideway, and walk on my porch, and they knock on my door. So at this time, right, I already met him at the door, so he didn't even have time to make, because I'm looking at this whole thing, and I'm like, so first thing I greet him with is private property, because I want him to know that he's on private property. Unless you have a legitimate reason to be talking to me right now in my house, you need to leave, sir. So, he doesn't like that, right? There's two cops, these two diesel motherfuckers, and, they like thinking that matters to me. Well, me being an African-American male, well, not African-American, meaning indigenous, right? Me being an indigenous male with no fear of the police, because I don't have any record, so I have no reason to be fearful of the police. I'm experiencing and standing up for myself, and they don't like that. So, they got the one guy you hear in the video, he's hitting his baton. Like, he's supposed to be intimidating me, like, we'll take you down. I'm like, well, in my mind, and they can hear your mind, I'm like, you take me down, I'm taking you to court, I'm taking you to the bank, bitch. You know what I mean? So all that shit stop. You know what I mean? Let them know, bro. I see the police as an open check. There's a blank check that I use, that the state of Maryland police is what I look at them. They basically tell me, sign here. Because they want to act like some dickheads. I'm going to take you to the fucking bank. Back to my story. So we're sitting on the porch. He's talking about he's doing an investigation. I asked him two things. I said, am I being detained? He said, no. I said, am I free to go? He said, yes. So then he sees me walking back to my house. He's like, well, I have to ask you some questions. I'm doing an investigation. He said, I'm going to make this easy on me. And then so now I see that they're going to take this from doing their job to doing what the fuck they want to do. So I'm recording all of this. So I said, okay, let's play this game. So he wants me to get an ID. I'm not getting my ID. So he gives me a piece of paper. I write a fake number on there. I write my name and my address on there. And he's telling me he's going to do a warrant check. So he's taking all his time doing this warrant check. So I strike up this fake conversation with the police. So at this point, you can really see my neighbors outside, bro. There's like 5, 6 people outside really just in my business, fuming. They're livid at the fact that this is not going how they planned. They want me to be irate with the police and yelling and screaming and being this coon that they are 24/7 hours of the day. They want me to be the average black man, which I am not. And so they can't stand it. They can't stand my poise. They can't stand how, you know what I mean? They can't stand how fucking self-controlled and mannered I am with the police. I'm like, bro, you want me to be an asshole so you can beat me up? Like, I know how this goes. I don't have to watch the news, guys. And you actually know who I am. And you actually don't like me. You actually have a vendetta against me. Oh, let me give you an opportunity to kill me. Oh, yes. No, bitch, no. So I'm sitting here, right? Long story short, I thank the police for coming out, right? As you're hearing the video. And if you can see my neighbor's face when I thanked, they were so pissed. I was like, thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate this, guys. And I got the information. And they were talking about, well, do you want us to write the information? I'm like, nah, guys, it's cold. You know what I mean? You guys just take it in. You guys will hear this on the video, right? We're laughing and shit. Now, mind you, I do not fuck with the police. But I don't fuck with my neighbors more. And I know that my neighbors would be livid hearing me laugh at bro, when the police left, guys, I laughed outside my house for like a good 2 minutes. I had a good hearty heart. Just because I got these old black people, for the life of me, I do not understand. Right? These old slaves that didn't want to be freed by Harriet Tubman ass niggas. For the life of me, I don't understand where the hate comes from, bro. But anyway, guys, like, I'm just here to tell you that the police they were called on me. Now, I did not get a warning. I kept the slip. I wrote the mayor. Now, I wrote the mayor. I included all this as an attachment, names, tag numbers. Look, so I'm in school for law right now. I got a 3.77 GPA. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm serious about my shit, right? And they got me on my shit because they really struck a nerve with me. So I wrote the the mayor, the city councilman. This is my second time emailing them. Now, I want to break your heart here, guy. If you expect them to write you back, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting. All right? But you keep a paper trail so that when you do want to actually go up there and be like, hey, look, guys, I've written you guys, 3 times. You guys have received them. I actually called them to confirm they received my first email. So I spoke with the secretary. She confirmed she saw my email, which I recorded on the phone call. So, at this point, they're kind of digging a hole for themselves. And that's what you want, guys. Make them look negligent. Make them look like the people who are ignoring the obvious. Don't put it upon yourselves to prove what they know is going on. Make them prove that it's not. That's when I was watching cases and going back and watching certain judges and stuff like that, their biggest success came from not what they could prove, but what the person couldn't. You know what I mean? That's how you win. Is you prove out what they cannot prove, and one thing they cannot prove is that they weren't there, and that they were doing it. And what they really can't prove is why. Well, they can prove that, but they're not going to talk about that. You know what I mean? There's one thing, and I close on this note, that the Masonics live by is like this whole cutting out the tongue phenomenon, and I'm pretty sure that may be literal and metaphorically, but they take that shit seriously. If you tell their secrets, they will kill you and your whole family. You know what I mean? So, guys, just be, I know I got a lot of Masons in my family. And I talked to my grandmother about that shit the other day. And she did not want to talk about that. She kept blowing me off. But, one thing is, like, they have this sinister look about them, bro. You know what I mean? When I look into their eyes, they have the sinister look. But when they look in my eyes, they see something back that they don't really like. That's what I can see. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's evil because I don't consider myself to be evil. But what it is, just think, But I can look at them, I read them, I say, bro, you know how you look at certain people and you just be like, you're not all the way there, buddy. That's kind of how I get with my grandmother, son. And I find it intriguing. It's not scary to me. It's kind of like if your grandmother was a witch, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'd be more curious than scared. It's sad to say that, but it's a lot of witches out here, bro. A lot of you. Let me tell you something, guys. You wouldn't be. Oh, guys, you'd be surprised. I was here thinking that witches was only some shit that that they did. Like, I thought witches were people who didn't like Jesus. You know what I mean? But I didn't really take it as serious as like, nah, that shit is real, bro. You got motherfuckers who are really, really witches, bro. Like. It's not funny. Like, these niggas really out here doing that goo goo gaga shit. Dead ass. I'm talking about World of Warcraft. All that spooky shit, nigga. And I was like, damn, But my neighbor is into that shit. This bitch tried to curse me, son. I wish I got it on camera. This bitch tried to put a curse on me. I put this on my life, bro. But it looks like this bitch gained weight since then. This bitch got fat as shit, so don't let that curse backfire on her fat ass. That bitch blew up. Bitch took a Depo shot or something. Oh, guys, but hey, also, like, do recordings on safe spots, like, where the police can't fuck with you. Like, I'm at this church right now. How they like to do that fake ass drive-bys. Oh, we're just surveilling the area, but meanwhile, Baltimore, 6 motherfuckers have been shot. They like doing that shit. Oh yeah, we want to check on. So you want to check on me, but you don't want to check on the motherfuckers who just got shot up. You know what I mean, guys? I would hate to think that we're this important, bro. Like, I'm a modest guy. I don't like a lot of attention. But I would really, like, this would really suck if this was really all about us. Like, that would suck. My life couldn't be about anybody else but me. You know what I mean? So, it's just kind of weird. Like, really? You really dedicate your whole, like, you're not going to wake me up on my bed to go watch somebody from their sleep, bro. Like, you're not going to make me come outside in the rain just because somebody's sitting in their car, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit like this. You're not going to make me put on, I don't even like red. I don't like red. I've never owned a red shirt anyway. It's too close to the Patriots color. So, you know, like, I don't even own a red t-shirt. You know, you got to buy a red t-shirt? That's your fucking Redskins fan. I feel sorry for you. All right, guys, take it easy. Thank you for all the support.